News Oklahoma Fantasy Football Forecast.
How is it going, everyone?
Whoa, it's going.
We are here. Mike
Really
is here. Caden is on the phone. How are we feeling, Caden?
Feeling really good, man. Feeling pretty. I think I've got a couple wins in a row. I'm feeling all kinds of good in the fantasy world that you guys dragged me into, kicking and screaming, that I kind of enjoy now.
a lot of points being scored over on your end.
Doing what I can. Jonathan Taylor having a bit of a resurgence has helped. No, I was talking to you yesterday. I don't know. I don't have the show sheet in front of me, so my apologies. But you know, what's kind of fun for me as a guy who's taking fantasy seriously for the first time is some of the things that you see with a critical eye and think, oh, I think maybe that could be a little bit better. Like, instead of a point for every single reception, I'd like to see a point for receptions that end in a first down, but not necessarily a point for a reception that goes for -3 yards. And the other thing is beginning to look at, okay, what would it take to actually win a league? Because I never, ever, ever do that. And it's amazing how high that bar is. You know what I mean? Like, you can think your team's good, you can have a nice little record, but then when you start looking around the league, it's like, yeah, I don't think I don't project well to beat a team that has that going for it. So, got to be honest, first time I've, because of you guys, first time I've taken it this seriously, and it's kind of fun.
Well, watch out. My team gets full back to strength this week. So, Kate, I'm coming for you with all my receivers: Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Travis Etienne, Kyler Murray. He better damn well be back this week, along with my other chump quarterback. I'm coming, and I've got the #1 defense in the NFL. I'm coming. You better be ready. You better be ready. I will say this. I want to say one thing about what I've learned. And these are 12 years now playing fantasy football, and it took me this long. But I've come to realize that as much as I stay aware of everything, much as I pay attention to everything, there's a reason there are experts out there, and you've got to follow them. I'll give you an example this week. I ended up in my home league losing by 2.2 points, when in reality I could have won by 30 points because I got scared with the Tony Pollard and the Ezekiel Elliott coming back. I benched Pollard and played Kenyon Drake.
Oh.
Yeah. And partly of it was also too, I had Colt McCoy in there thinking that, well, I was debating waiting so late to figure out whether Kyler Murray was going to play or not, and if, like, the worst-case scenario, I had to play Colt. Well, I played Colt, and I lost. So when you see experts tell you to start or sit, and you can go to Fantasy Pros and type it in, this player, should I start or sit? And if the overwhelming consensus says start that player, damn well start him, all right? Do not keep him on your bench. Do not try to outthink it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got to say. Do not outthink it. Just do it.
And give me that resource one more time, because in our league, this is ESPN, the projected points for Pollard were 5 or 6 below some of the guys that I ended up benching because I wanted Pollard in my lineup last week. I wasn't sure how much Zeke would play. Certainly didn't expect him to get the start, or at least play the first series like he did.
Right.
But look, we all have two eyes. Anybody with two eyes has been able to see that. I don't even know if you need two eyes to see that he's the back with more juice for that Dallas offense. And so, like, he is not just the future, but he's the present. And it is just a matter of touches. But he's the guy who gives you more per touch, certainly, than Zeke. And I just like the idea of Dallas being in a spot where they would be hungry and would need to play well. And obviously, I didn't expect them to play nearly that well. But according to kind of however ESPN does it, Pollard was not expected to go off in the way that he did. So one more time, give me that resource. I need to be checking these guys.
Fantasy Pros. They have competitions each year on rankings, and all these people that want to be in the fantasy industry put their rankings up, and then they average them all out, and so you get that consensus ranking. So you've got like 200 people trying to be the best rankers in the world, and it averages all out. I mean, it's a great crowdsourcing ability. there's a reason why everybody would in consensus go after one person. They pay way more attention than I ever do, and I pay attention a lot. So they're the ones that actually look at the film every single day of every single game. And, it's a great resource to have. It's very easy to use. You can type in our league as well, and it imports it in there if you want. But go by the consensus because it won't, 9 times out of 10, it won't fail you. Now, there's always a weird thing, injury, like a Rondale Moore last night, who ironically I was going up against. The guy got negative 0.6 points, and I still lost by 2 points. So here's another thing. Here's another rant is, all right, so the NFL, I believe, and I'm biased, that fantasy rules the NFL right now. And that keeps the viewership up. It keeps the games interesting because not all the teams are that great. But you know what? When you've got stars, you're out there to fantasy. And if they're benching these stars at the start of the fourth quarter or maybe a couple minutes in the fourth quarter and hosing people in fantasy, it's a disgrace to the sport. Play to the end.
I was scared when the Cowboys were up by so much and Dak got sat. In one of my other leagues, Dak's my only quarterback, and I was because my league game in that one was close until, of course, I had Travis Kelce later that night who made it not a game anymore. But at the time, it was very close, projected to end very close, and then they sit Dak for the majority of the fourth quarter because they're up by so much.
Yeah.
And then I'm sweating.
Right. As you should be.
Close.
And it's not
people put a lot of money on this stuff.
Yeah, right. And they should look, I understand preserving them for the next game, but you know what? You're not ever guaranteeing life another game, all right?
He's only got to play on Thursday night.
Forget it. Yeah, I mean, and then the Vikings, they threw their cards in, just like the Cardinals last night. What happened to maybe getting a miracle comeback? I've never seen it like this in the NFL where they're folding. I hate it. I hate it for fantasy. I hate it for football. I hate it because I lost. I think that's another reason. The other thing too, I think we've hit we've talked about so much is just guard Travis Kelce. Okay, I mean 1 touchdown, I get it. 2 touchdowns, he's phenomenal, but 3 touchdowns, game winner. So I want to tell you these stats, and this is how gross. And next year, I promise you this: we are not having the tight end spot in our league. It'll be a flex. Okay, so then this is why: the fantasy point gap from tight end 1 to tight end 2 from Kelce to Andrews is greater than the gap from tight end 2 to tight end 33. All right.
Whoa.
Also, if you took away all of Kelce's league-leading 11 TDs, he'd still be the tight end 1 by more than 20 fantasy points. It's
incredible.
It's a
incredible. And Ryan, I was talking to you about this. I was talking to you last night, Mike, as well. In one of my other leagues, I have Kelce, and it was a luck thing, right? I mean, where I fell in the first round, he fell to me, and I didn't know what I was getting is the point. And so, I'm kind of neck and neck with some other people in the league. And as I was looking at the rosters, one of the guys, for instance, had 3 players all with higher scores for the season than my best guy. And I was like, now how am I keeping up here? And it's basically just Kelce. It's his, the difference between him and, as you said, the second tight end, much less the 9th best tight end in the league, is keeping me way up there. So I thought to myself, genius that I am, hey, I should go get Travis Kelce in this other league. And I start looking at, what it takes to make a fair trade for him. And I hadn't delved into this sort of thing. I mean, basically, he's as valuable as Derrick Henry or basically anybody. Yep. He's as valuable as anybody out there with regard to fantasy because of that edge he gives you every single week. And that's something that going into this, I would have had some idea. Yeah, Travis Kelce's the best tight end in the league. But I would not have known fantasy-wise that this guy is give him the MVP trophy. It is amazing what he's doing for the lucky teams that have him out there.
Well, and that's where I'm at in the one league I have him in. Twice now, he has absolutely saved me late in the week, whether it be Sunday night or Monday night. And if it weren't for those 2 wins, I'd be out of the playoff picture in those leagues.
Yeah.
Because they're leagues where it's generally top to bottom, everybody's neck and neck. Somewhere around 6-5, 7-4. Like everybody's on the edge of being eliminated from the playoffs. And if you have sort of a game breaker like that, especially at that position where it's, as we've just talked about, it's really slim pickings, as far as getting these guys. It is it really puts you over the top, and you don't even have to worry about that position. Everybody else almost every week is thinking, okay, is there another tight end I can stream this week who might give me a better chance to win? But if you have this guy Kelsey besides his bye week, then you don't worry about it all season.
Yeah, it's a cheat code. It is a cheat code to fantasy. And next year, our league will not have a tight end spot. If you want to get if you get Kelsey, you can put him in the flex. That's great. Yeah, I mean he's a number 5 overall in all of fantasy, and I think he's number 1 behind all the higher scoring quarterbacks. So, it's rigged. But we will fix it, by golly. You know what? So we're fixing it, but the NFL still can't figure out how to cover these people. Devontae Adams goes off again. It's the same people.
Is Devontae Adams always just like, every time I see one of these touchdown catches by him, he's wide open in the middle of the field, like streaking across 30 yards away from anybody else, and he's wide open.
And I think coaches should be fired for that.
It's bizarre.
If Joe Fan can sit on the stadium and I got to cover this guy, you can't. If somebody's left that wide open, it would be like me predicting a 50-inch snowstorm tomorrow when it's going to be 72. I would be fired. It's just mind-boggling. I don't get it. I understand matchups are tough sometimes and you don't have the personnel, but you know what? Put 4 guys on them. Okay, because at least it's not embarrassing losing by 80,000 yards by one dude, and let him spread it around. At least it looks a little more normal.
And
anyway,
another one of those sort of game breakers who, like it, especially in our league where the quarterback position meant a little more. At least at the beginning, we were talking about having one to, if not 2 solid quarterbacks when you have that super flex position.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson this year started kind of hot.
He was phenomenal.
And then just totally fell off.
Yeah.
And he's put up fairly I mean, obviously, if you're struggling for a quarterback, you'd love to have Lamar Jackson no matter what. But in general, has really fallen off. And I don't know if you guys have noticed at all. Is that
he doesn't have the deep ball?
I was going to say, is that the issue? Because even then, I don't even see him.
He's not trusting his receivers.
Right. And we're used to these giant runs down the field, but those don't seem to be there with the defense worried about him much more than everybody else around him.
Yeah. So the defenses now are just all planning to stop the run of Lamar, and they're not concerned about him throwing because he doesn't trust his receivers to throw it. So, they're stopping him running, so they take away that aspect for the most part. I mean, there's still rushes. I mean, he rushed for a touchdown the other day, stole it from Kenyon Drake, where I would have won, but that's near here nor there. But yeah, he's not throwing the deep ball. His depth of target is down so much from previous years. Who does he have? Duvernay or whatever.
Yep,
I mean,
Devin Duvernay. Yeah.
I'm waiting for your funny nickname, Mom.
Yeah, Dewey. Whatever. And then he's got a cast off from the Chiefs' land of no name receivers. Robert Robinson,
Demarcus Robinson,
yeah.
And that is one of my pickup / stash sort of guys here this week, because while that receiving core has not been very consistent at all, he is the last few weeks he's been the lone, he's been the top target getter of those guys. And then, obviously coming down the stretch here, there are still a couple bye weeks for teams. If you need a receiver on the end of your bench, or maybe you have to put him in that flex spot, of the people who might be available in a lot of leagues, he'll be one that's there. But yeah, in general, for Lamar Jackson's case, not great to have the cast that he has around him.
And obviously, injuries have been a factor there, right? His tight end, his running back, that receiver as well, Bateman. It's been just so many fits and starts for that Baltimore offense. The question I had, take it away from fantasy, and the question on Lamar has always been, in the biggest moments against the best defenses, is this guy somebody who can lead you to playoff success, lead you to, a Super Bowl potentially? We know what he is as an NFL MVP. I wonder now, fantasy-wise, if you're in a keeper league and you've had this guy and relied on him for a couple of years now, how do we feel about him going forward? Is this just a one-year thing where it didn't come together for the Ravens? but we think, overall it's a good organization, well coached, they'll get it figured out, they'll put the players around him? Or do you see this as a sign that, man, if I didn't unload him by now, maybe I need to be looking for his next little uptick so that maybe I can unload Lamar, because I don't see him as the kind of quarterback that I did, let's say a couple of years ago, fantasy-wise.
I'll tell you this. We'll just bring up the name Jonathan Taylor. 3 weeks ago, people were, drop him. Nobody's going to trade him for anything.
Some people were saying that.
Yeah. In fantasy,
Name one.
I mean, there were a lot of people saying, he was trash. He was trash. But, yeah. And the thing about learning about fantasy, too, is patience wins, unfortunately. I mean, gosh, there's been so many players that you just think, he's done. He's done, and then here he is, the top scorer of the week. And I'm just like, oh, my gosh, this guy won't go away. They just won't go away. I mean, you could look back at Zay Jones, who in some fantasy leagues was a first-round pick in a rookie draft 6 years ago, and he was a bust. But you know what? Now he's putting up solid, wide receiver 3 numbers, and he's still alive. My theory is if they have talent in the NFL and they're sustainable, that they're going to be around a long time. Well, we know Lamar is an elite talent, and that just doesn't go away overnight. It will come back.
Now, Caden had mentioned having guys in keeper leagues. Is this the time where we're getting to the stretch of the season
with the trade deadline?
With the trade deadline coming up, that you're sort of on your last, like, hey, especially if you're a team, like maybe you're out of it. Maybe you're for sure not going to make your playoffs. Are you thinking more now, like, okay, let me get these keepers in order. Let me see if I can ship some guys out, maybe get something in return that I'd rather have going into next season? Yeah,
and what I should have established before the season, but and I we'll have to figure this out a little further, but I believe that the bottom 6 teams in our league will be in the lottery for the first-round pick for rookies next spring. Now's we could be trading picks, but since we haven't established that, we're not doing that just yet. But I mean, yeah, there's some potential great keepers, from the New York Gordon Wilson to Olave, Drake. Who may be on teams that are not winning, but next year could be league winners for you.
Yeah, and so like say I'm in a position where I'm out of my playoff.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of am I making trades? Not only that will benefit me for next year, but like, should I be willing to give up probably what would seem like if I was in it, it would seem like an unfair trade?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean you're protecting your legacy, so you're winning for next year.
Okay.
And that's part of the dynasty ways, is that like I went all in this year. I have all my picks from last year, all my picks from next year, I went all in to get Derrick Henry, Dalton Schultz, because I had Ertz get hurt. I just had to use all my available assets to acquire the players that I have in my home league, and that was for I got Deshaun Watson just because I need another second quarterback. I mean, I just went all in, and some teams do that. And now next year, I'm not going to have any draft picks, so I don't have any rookies coming in. I'm going to have to real budget-wise try to keep 6 players for next year. So if some people are trying to go all in, and hey, if you want to build your team for the next couple of years, now's the time to do that. So if you want to trade a Devontae Adams who's 20, 30 years old, for a Gordon Wilson or an Olave, who I think Olave is going to be kind of like the next, a 2 tiers below Chase or Jefferson, but still elite.
He's been really good.
He is. If they get the quarterback things figured out, then I really like him. So if you can trade Devontae Adams for Olave, which seems crazy, but if in a keeper dynasty league, oh yeah, you can win. You can win 5 more years with Olave and maybe 1 with Devontae.
So going back to some issues, and especially with thinking toward the end of the season here with injuries, some depth chart changes for some guys. Jamal Williams in Detroit, clearly the number 1 back there at this point.
But I'll just say that real quick, because actually Swift outplayed in snaps Jamal Williams.
Right.
Shockingly, which doesn't. if you have Jamal, I would sell him high as a Sky right now. It seems like they're trying to really put Swift in a little more, even though it doesn't appear that on the surface is Jamal. Yes, he's going to get his 3-yard touchdown line. I get it. If you can handle that with Swift, I'd go back for Swift again.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy.
And I will say it is concerning long term with Swift because there was some, and maybe he's still got something nagging. They won't say he does.
Yeah,
they keep
right.
saying he's fully participating, all that.
But then you get that leak.
Well, and you can see when he's taking the ball out of the backfield, the cuts aren't the same.
Yeah.
And all of the, he's not outrunning people like he was.
Right.
So whether that's a long-term thing, and when you're, again, going back to a keeper league, you want to think about, is this a guy that I trust long-term? As you've said many times, you do not trust this man long-term.
Sure. But I would do horses for ponies. And right now, Swift's still a pony because of the injury. So I would say, hey, take Jamal Williams. This guy has got Swift. Is like, I'm done with him. Here's Jamal. Oh, I'll take those touchdowns. Get Swift and get, maybe like a Darius Slayton. You got these guys that could become horses down the run here, or you're trying to at least. And you're maximizing that if someone will go for that trade. Right? Would you trade that, Caden?
I love that you're using the term horses for ponies. I mean, just a very Oklahoman thing for you to say there, Mike Collier. I like it.
Thank you.
No, I track with everything you just said there. And again, this is, I guess, I don't even know that I was fully aware that this is a keeper league for us. So I'm going to have to, that's just another thing that I've got to add on to,
well, you have Jonathan Taylor, so that makes it pretty easy for you.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there has been so much fantasy ignorance for me coming into this. And that does change the dynamic. I think everything you've said so far is really interesting to think about. And not only, you probably should have been pitching some trades my way if you were looking to, build for the future, because I'm a guy who would have been suckered by that. But with regard to Swift, that surprised me. You said he actually still, despite the injuries, has more touches so far this year.
This last game, yeah, he went up.
Last game,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
horses for ponies. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Swift over Jamal.
I like buying low. And I do.
Co-sign.
And Swift's as low as he'll possibly be right
Sure.
now. And yes, he does have a lot of risk, but he's low right now, and that low is worth that risk. And Jamal Williams, I mean, come on. Come on, man.
He's such a fun guy, though.
He's a fun dude, but, apples to oranges on talent there. I mean,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. And so going through some of our other sort of issues here for some key guys for players. I know for me, I'm worried about Justin Fields right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulder dislocation. They said he's day-to-day, which is never a good sign because they say day-to-day when they don't know when they have no idea basically what is going to happen here.
Hold on. Let me just rant about that real quick.
Sure.
This new day-to-day junk.
It's been a lot this year.
It's ridiculous because Murray was day-to-day 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
It's doing a disservice to the fans because, you think he's coming day-to-day. Why don't they just say week-to-week?
Yeah, and even like Keenan Allen until this past weekend
Yeah,
had
was
been out since week 2.
day
Had
to
been
day.
day-to-day since week 2.
Okay, and that's the NFL's trying to get away from that, but somehow I don't know where it went back to getting back to that. And I think it's a disservice to the fans and the fantasy community that are trying to just get some idea when this, because we don't know whether Fields is going to be out a game like Baker Mayfield was last year with dislocated shoulder or shoulder injury, or the rest of the season.
Right. Yeah, that's like shoulder dislocation obviously sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I imagine I think it's his non-throwing shoulder.
Right. But Baker had that last year.
Right.
And he played horrible after.
Yes.
But he could have been just Mayfield playing horrible.
Right. And that's the thing too, is Fields can very well go out there and rush 20 times a game.
But will he want to?
And that's I don't know exactly when he got that injury in the game, but he was running the whole game.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre.
And he's going to get hurt more.
Yes.
With running. So, I kind of understand Arizona pulling back on Murray because that's all Murray knows to do is run. And you get a worse tear on that hamstring, then he's done for the season. And those things tend to re-injure themselves or whatnot, but at least tell us. But Fields, now you got upper body. I mean, what comes next? And you're not playing for anything. Shut him down. As a guy that has to go against him, shut him down. Sorry, guys, if you all have him. Kate, do you have him?
I do not. I
Okay.
know that Ryan's been riding him.
Ryan, do you have him
pretty
in
good.
Oh yeah, he's been my
Yeah.
second quarterback.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah, he's
been cooking, but I
I don't
although
want to play against
I'm
him.
pretty
No.
good into the playoffs right now. I think I don't know if I've locked in a spot, but I should be pretty close.
Yeah,
I think
you're close. You're fine.
I'm up there.
And with 6 spots, you're good.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question just off the cuff.
Yeah.
So get ready. Put your
Okay.
thinking hats on.
Okay.
But I want to, let's say a month or a month and a half from now, once we get there, looking back, who are a couple players, and they can be top line guys, Jefferson, Diggs, whatever, but they can also be maybe a little bit further down. Deshaun Watson, who is going to end up winning somebody a league? A team that maybe, wasn't spectacular through the run of play so far, but they're going to have a big closing stretch because of, let's say one guy that's going to win more leagues down the stretch than anybody else. Is there anybody you're expecting to have a monster close to the season, even beyond what they've done so far?
I think Tyreek Hill is just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think he's just going to keep blowing the tops off of these defenses who can't keep track of both him and Waddle at
Yep.
the same time. Because if it's
Yeah.
not one, it's the other every single time. And as long as Tua stays healthy, and they seem to be figuring out the running game, which makes that Dolphins offense so much more balanced and makes it even harder to say double some of these receivers because you got to be worried about Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert, either one of them blowing through your line.
Sure.
Um,
A quick aside on that, because Kansas City is still finding a way to beat Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is that special. Andy Reid is that good. Travis Kelce is that special. It's hard to say that, take quarterbacks out of it. Tyreek Hill is clearly the most valuable player in the league, but he's absolutely in that conversation, right? I thought he would be somebody who could put up points in fantasy in Miami because they were going to have to feed him. But for him to kind of transform this offense, and I know it's not alone, but he's been the biggest part of it. I've got a newfound respect for this guy that I already thought was the most spectacular playmaker in the league. I love that you went there because it has been much better than my expectations for sure for Tyreek Hill in Miami.
That's he could very easily. There are several games left. He could very easily break Calvin Johnson's single season receiving record and then some. Especially obviously with the 17th game of the season, it's a lot easier to break those single season records. But he's certainly on pace for it, and he hasn't had that game where I'm like, wow, what Tyreek Hill did show up. He's been there the whole time, and obviously, like the question coming into this year is Tua actually as good as advertised when they were, everybody was tanking for Tua at the time, and it goes to show when you put a good offense around a competent quarterback, he can look like he himself is at a near MVP type level on some days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to say one thing, and that is, a lot of people probably advise against this, but I wouldn't. Trade for a good defense. I think a defense might. I went back and looked at all the championship rosters over the past 10 years. That's how boring I am. And they all had number one or number two defenses. It's
Interesting.
It's a cheat code too, because if this defense scoring 20 points, that could win you the week. Let's say the New England Patriots, they have more points per game than let's see here. They have more points per game than Mark Andrews, Mike Evans, Aaron Rodgers. Let's see, Chris Olave, Deebo Samuel, Tyler Lockett, Kenneth Walker, Russell Wilson. Jonathan Taylor, Brandon Ayuk, Michael Pittman. So DeAndre Swift. So we talk about all these players, but then the defense is scoring more than those guys.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that enough. And if you can, got a loser team and you can go get the Cowboys, who have a really cush playoff schedule. They've got Houston.
Right. Yeah.
The Colts. So they play against the Colts at home. So look, if you can, get it while you can.
Yeah. Go out and pick whoever's playing against that version of Zach Wilson that we saw on Sunday.
Yeah, because
Sage advice, Mike.
Because I mean, listen, you've got, let's say you have Darius Slayton, and he's kind of the hot name right now. Hey, I'll trade you Darius for the Cowboys defense. Well, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, that's just a free.
Right.
I've
been needing a flex guy, receiver,
I
or
can
something.
go pick up some defense on the
Right.
wire, and yeah, sure, here. It seems like a very easy done deal to me, and that could actually win you.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with the Patriots.
Other guys to watch out for just this week: Joe Mixon concussion. They haven't said whether or not he'll.
Expect him to miss one game.
Right. That they haven't. That could certainly threaten this Sunday. Samaj Pirine.
Yep. From OU
had totally killed it in backup duty this past week. Three receiving touchdowns, 30 fantasy points. Just totally did everything you could have asked for if you're one of the very few people who had him in your starting lineup while Mixon was the starter. So if he's available, definitely somebody to go get. I just said last week on one of our final notes that don't trust any Chiefs running backs,
Yeah.
but now Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes out, and he's got a high ankle sprain. So Pacheco, who they had starting and playing most of the snaps yesterday or Sunday, put up fine numbers: 15 carries, 107 yards. Obviously that offense is going to be much more pass oriented, and they don't tend to get the running backs involved. But Pacheco could be somebody, if you're in a tough spot, you can rely on. Tough on the tight end front with Kyle Pitts going on the IR. Not a lot of backup help there in Atlanta, and on a weird offense altogether. But again, just another player that if you're not a Kelsey owner, then if you had Kyle Pitts, you had been feeling pretty good until now. Like I said, no bye weeks for any teams this week, so a lot of teams back to full strength. And then we got Thanksgiving games on Thursday, so you'll want to be making sure you have your lineups set early. Buffalo at Detroit is the first game, which both teams looked closer to what they did at the beginning of the season this past week. Obviously, that Detroit defense is kind of fraudy. Maybe they've been. It's just the rookies that are doing it there. It seems like Aiden Hutchinson, Malcolm Rodriguez, Joseph Kirby. They've been picking that defense up the last few weeks, but I mean, it's the Bills.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Does anybody worry? Like, I've got a player in each, or two players in each of these games coming up on Thursdays. Thursdays to me like my son. I'm scared about that. Like,
I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a fan of having a bunch of guys.
But
going
it's
on
Diggs.
Thursday.
You're not going to bench Diggs.
Right. That's
right.
It. Yeah. Exactly.
And then we get the Cowboys game. Am I going to bench Pollard again after he just, or Zeke? And then I got the Cowboys defense. I mean, my whole week could go really bad in one day.
And you've got Jefferson that night.
Yeah, right, against the Patriots.
That's true, Mike, that you could be sunk or you could be in great position.
Yeah.
By the
Come
time
Sunday.
Friday morning hits, and that is a little bit nervy. But I would, just to speak to this, we've all become aware of sort of how below average the performance has been for most teams on Thursday nights. But I tend to think, I don't think that's necessarily been the case historically on Thanksgiving, where all of these games are marquee in a way that a game on Amazon Prime is not, in my opinion. I still think it's kind of special, and I'm thinking of when I was a kid watching Randy Moss have the performance he did. And even, a lot of them in losing performances. To shout out your team, Ryan. Matthew Stafford and some of his big Turkey Day performances. I think, I could be wrong. The data may show, this is just from the gut. I think that Thanksgiving Day, Thursday offense, if you will, fantasy performances, I think are probably better than what we get through the run of play on a, run of the mill Thursday night. I think that it still matters to these guys. The best players get up for it. And I would expect the Bills offense, certainly not just because it's playing the Lions defense, but because I think Thanksgiving Day still matters to these guys.
I'm with you.
I would
think
expect
that's
those guys to bring it. I would expect Pollard to bring it, CD and everybody. They want, to make a play on Turkey Day.
They all
I'm with
want to
you.
eat that turducken at the end.
I'm with
That's
you.
exactly-
It's a
that's
national
the
spotlight.
motivation.
It's like a Sunday night football game on a Thursday. I'm with you, Caden. I agree. It's still nerve-wracking.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's those 3 games. It's Buffalo at Detroit, New York Giants at Dallas, New England at Minnesota for our game here on NBC. One last question for you guys.
'Kay.
Thanksgiving foods. What's your favorite?
Mac and cheese, mac and cheese. I love me some mac and cheese. And
Is
turkey.
it mac and cheese of anybody can prepare it, or your mom makes it a certain way? What are we talking about? with mac and
Anybody? I
cheese?
mean,
it can be anybody.
It can be just basically Velveeta and macaroni.
Oh man,
Oof.
my wife would be distraught if I didn't hype up her mac and cheese right now.
Okay.
It is the most amazing mac and cheese there is,
Wow.
and I'm not lying.
Yeah, that's
What makes it different?
It's just there are so
Just
this,
love.
I'm telling you, this is
Love.
the one bite of this might give you a heart attack.
Oh,
It is so there is so much butter, so
Oh,
so
yeah.
many different cheeses,
Yeah.
just like ground in there, and it's electric.
So I thought one time that my sister made the mac and cheese, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best mac and cheese I ever had." And she's like, "Mike, it's like shells and cheese and some milk," and I'm like, "What?" It was amazing. I don't care if it had 2 ingredients. It was amazing.
Caden, top
Uh,
Thanksgiving food.
Mike has heard me say this before.
Oh,
I grew up
yeah,
in New
yeah, yeah.
Mexico, and instead of gravy
Let's
on
talk
the
about
turkey and
this.
mashed
Yeah.
potatoes and whatever else, we do red chili,
Ooh.
which is it's got a little bit of kick, and
So is it cold?
really
Is it hot?
no, it's hot.
So is
It's
it a
hot,
gravy?
just like gravy
texture?
would be. So it's texture. I mean, it's it's similar, I suppose, but there is there are chunks of meat in it, beef usually, or
Okay.
I'm sorry, actually steak.
Hold on,
Um,
I gotta Google this real quick, and it's red
yeah.
red chili.
Red chili. Yeah, red chili
Sauce?
in place of gravy. New
Or
Mexico,
gravy?
yeah, red chili sauce.
Okay.
And so people, even if you haven't been to New Mexico and had that specific pepper that only grows there, people have been to Mexican restaurants and have some idea of a red sauce, right?
Yeah.
So you're using that basically, that spice.
It's like
in
an
place of gravy. And I'm
enchilada
telling you,
sauce, right?
It makes it's similar, yeah. Now, like I say, the pepper we eat grows only in the Hatch Valley in New Mexico, and so there is a little different flavor. That's the stuff we put in every meal down
Okay.
there,
Okay.
and take a lot of pride in. It's kind of the only thing we got going for us. But I'm telling you, it makes turkey come alive, and mashed potatoes are better with it. I
that's it.
can't recommend it more highly. You can get a lot of that stuff at Reese's, by the way.
That is,
Yeah.
that is a good
It's
idea.
crossed the border. So I'm going to be the John the Baptist on this thing and preach the good gospel of red chili in place of gravy on Thanksgiving. It really, really is good.
I might have to try that. I'll have to send that message home.
Huh. Maybe you'll just have to take a visit over at Cadence and
That's right.
test it out.
My
yeah.
wife has learned how to make it now.
Okay,
That's cool.
okay.
My wife has learned how to make it. Yeah.
Um,
Big fan.
I'm not a big Thanksgiving foods person. I never have been. It's just like turkey. I don't care for.
You don't like turkey?
It's always like even prepared by the people I trust most.
Tastes gamey?
Not gamey, just
Oh.
dry.
Oh.
Just not super
The
satisfying.
red chili will fix that for you, Ryan.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The red chili. And my wife, to her credit, this year is concocting a full traditional Thanksgiving
Aw, good.
dinner to be like, we're gonna make because she's not a fan of Thanksgiving food that much either. And so we're like, we're gonna figure out how to make this actually good, as opposed to some of the Thanksgivings that, you go to different places and you're like, this is the same old thing every time.
Yeah.
But I mean, out of the traditional Thanksgiving foods that I had growing up, and then in the last few years, cheesy potatoes that are like,
Oh, yeah.
like sort of the hash brown
Yeah.
type, like potato,
Yeah.
crispy with like a layer of
Uh-huh.
like, some people do like onions, some people
yeah.
do like a layer of like breadcrumbs or
Sign me up for
like
that.
bran flakes or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are
Those are
legit.
amazing.
Yeah.
I can't see you, but the enthusiasm in Mike's
Yes.
voice, big cheese guy.
He's
Did not
eating the
know.
microphone right now.
Real big cheese guys.
I'll say this real quick.
Okay.
Normally, years past when I worked at the other station and before I had kids, I'd always invite people over from the station who didn't have family in town. And I kind of got away from that since I moved here because my kids were so small and I kind of put focus on them. But this year I get to have Brandon Woolley and Michael Sager over. So I'm excited
awesome.
Oh,
about
that's
that.
a hoot. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
It'll
I
be
thought
fun.
you were going to throw out an invitation to anybody who's listening. But
Uh,
I'm glad you limited it to
my-
Brandon.
Yeah, let me
and
give out his
Sager.
address real quick. It is
Well, actually, I keep telling you, like, telling my wife, like, oh, maybe I should. She's like, honey, we've bought all the food. If you want to start serving cereal to people, then yes, you can invite more.
all right. So, like I said, we have this Thursday on Channel 2. We'll have New England at Minnesota. Playoff push coming up.
Come on,
For-
Justin Jefferson.
So that is coming up this week. Caden, any last words?
Well, if you're in our league and you have Travis Kelsey,
Ugh.
give me a call. Huh?
Yeah,
Give me a call.
call me first. Call me maybe.
All right.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you about the red chili.
For Mike Collier, Caden McFarland, I'm Ryan Love. We'll see you guys next time.
Woo!